An important element of our new awards and recognition program is the opportunity for the Director of Schools to confer an award to an individual who has made a highly distinguished and most significant contribution to Catholic education. In this inaugural year of the Lighting the Way Awards, we tonight commend a man who, without any doubt, fulfills that bill most eminently. Tonight we honour a man who is a leader of influence, both in and beyond the Catholic sector, an energetic contributor to the cause and ideals of education more broadly, but to Catholic education in particular, at the state, national and international level for the best part of 4 decades. Tonight we pay tribute to Dr. Brian Croke, Executive Director of the Catholic Education Commission of New South Wales for the past 23 years, and I now invite Brian to the stage. Back in August, Peter Turner shared his reflections on Brian's very significant impact on Catholic education at what I understand Brian was termed an appreciation event. Brian made it very clear it was neither a retirement function or, for that matter, not even a farewell. In his speech to a veritable who's who of Catholic education, with many of the wider education sector in attendance, Peter described Brian as a man of high ideals and powerful intellect, adding that Catholic education in this state has been so fortunately blessed to have been served by someone of the calibre of Brian Croke. Now, we could be here until probably about 3 in the morning if I read the whole bio list. Brian Croke has made an incredible contribution across so many fields of endeavour in education and beyond. For more than 30 years of Catholic education service, he has focused on invigorating, reinventing and leading the broader education community through changing times and dynamic national agendas. He's been a member of the Australian Curriculum Assessment and Reporting Authority, the Australian Council for Educational Research, Education Services Australia, the New South Wales Board of Studies, now NESA, the New South Wales Catholic Education Commission, as I've said, as Executive Director, and in that role as the National Catholic Education Commission, serving also as its Deputy Chair. Previously, he was a member, a Director or Deputy Chair of the Curriculum Corporation, Education.au, the Ministerial Council on Education, Employment, Training and Youth Affairs, on Information and Communication Technologies in Schools, and of course as well the Australian Institute for Quality Teaching and School Leadership. Having led the Commission in the position of Executive Director since 1994, but this is in addition to his positions as Adjunct Professor in History at Macquarie University and Honorary Associate in Classics and Ancient History at Sydney University. Brian is dedicated to sharing knowledge and guiding others, which is evidenced by his extensive list of achievements. For his respected position, he was being awarded the Australian Government, recognised by the Australian Government when he was awarded an Australian Centenary Medal, and also by the New South Wales Professional Teachers Council, presented with an award for exceptional service. Brian, there is great regard for Catholic education in New South Wales, and this is in no small way attributable to the advocacy and passionate activism of you across many areas of education and scholarship. Held in the highest of regard among the ranks of his contemporaries, many speak of the quality relationships that Brian builds with people and with governments of all persuasions, noting that it's not uncommon for state and federal education ministers to call Brian in search of his wise counsel and sage advice. Not one to seek the spotlight, Brian defines a style of leadership that's focused on motivating and inspiring those he leads to do their best, especially when the stakes are high and the consequences critical. In what was not his farewell speech that night, Brian spoke fondly about our Bishop Peter as the longest-serving New South Wales Bishop and publicly thanked him for his personal and professional support, in particular during some challenging times for Brian when he was sidelined with cancer. I know too that Bishop Peter greatly admires you, Brian, and is deeply appreciative for what you've done over many years that have impacted on our diocese. The impact you've had on the performance and growth of our own schools and Catholic Education Office is not without mention. Brian's constant mantra has been in the past that in order to shape the future, you must know the past, showing his particular love and passion for history. Peter Turner finished his speech that night saying the following: "Brian, just as society needs heroes, our church too needs its heroes. Catholic education needs its heroes, and education in this country needs its heroes. And in you we have one. The quality of a leader is reflected in the standards that they set for themselves, and yours are clearly evident: integrity, discernment, justice, resilience and honour." Ladies and gentlemen, it is my great pleasure to announce to you that Dr. Brian Croke is the most worthy recipient of the Director of Schools Award for Distinguished Achievement for his most outstanding contribution to Catholic education. Brian, I know it's without notice, but would you like to say a few words? Up to you.
Thank you, Bishop, and thank you, Peter, for that particular ambush and for that the particular award. It's been actually a very inspiring night, inspired by you all and those of you who've received awards, and I guess those of you who haven't, who are still working away day after day, delivering your best, putting yourself in the service of others, as all these great models before us tonight have done. It's a little microcosm, as if it were, of Catholic education, but it shows the reality of it all. Everyone's doing their best. They're doing it for the right reasons, and they keep getting up year in, year out to deliver and to improve, and they don't do it for awards. They do it for their personal reward, and they do it for the growth and development of the children in their care. I was thinking of Tim's mathematical calculation of the number of years that all you awardees added up, 3,000 years or whatever it was. I was thinking, as you perhaps too were, of the number of students that you've actually influenced for good in that period, in that 3,000 years. Multiply that by a very conservative average of 30 over that period, and you get a sense of the great and enduring and ongoing influence you all have. So congratulations for what you do, and I'm sure you appreciate that the community values it, the students value it, and keep up the good work. Thank you.